All right.
All right, so what's your name and occupation?
So my name is Dan Poffenbarger, and I am a marketing teacher at Canyon View High School.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions about your career and how you got started and things like that, and I'm going to use it to write an in-depth analysis about my internship here at Canyon View.
Cool.
All right. So the first question is, can you tell me about your background and how you got started in your career?
Yeah, so after I got done with college, I got into sales. And I was working in different types of sales, retail sales, real estate, and solar for about 6 or 7 years. And I wanted to make a change to teaching, so I got my certification. And it was actually my work background in sales that helped me get certified, along with my bachelor's degree. And so that's how I actually got into teaching marketing, was to be able to get certified because of my bachelor's degree and then my background in with being a sales professional.
So what drew you into that sort of field of work?
I think for me, like, a lot of it had to do with just being able to like talk with people. Like, it's very easy for me to talk with people of all sorts of backgrounds. Like I can strike up a conversation with people. And I think a big thing too, especially in sales, is like you have to be able to genuinely want to help people. And I've always felt that way. Like, I've always wanted to be able to help people. And that's usually how it is with sales. It's like people have some sort of problem, and like what you're offering is a solution for them. So I would say that's kind of how I originally got started with that. Kind of same thing with teaching too, how it ultimately led me to that. Like, being able to help kids learn about marketing and just different types of things, help kids learn and do better with DECA, help kids learn football, like all sorts of stuff like that.
So your career is obviously very busy. Teaching and sales are both very busy. How would you say you maintain a work-life balance between the two?
I think actually my sales career has helped me create a work-life balance for my teaching career. Because with sales, like, when you were done, you were done. Right. And so it wasn't necessarily that I was working like all the time with sales. Like, occasionally you may take a phone call later on, or whatever the case is, but usually you were just working within that time frame. And with teaching, it's very easy for teachers to get out of that and have to do a lot. And so I think that like previous role helped kind of set me up with just making sure that like when my workday's done, I put my stuff away and I focus on my wife and my son. And so I try to also involve them as much as I can with my teaching career. With football, obviously, coaching that obviously helps. And my wife was actually our chaperone for our latest trip to ICDC with DECA. So that was really cool to be able to get her involved with that and for her to be a chaperone to help out as well.
And then could you touch base a little bit on DECA? How did you find yourself getting into creating the club and having all the kids join and taking them all the way to ICDC, the highest level of DECA?
Yeah, so like when I first started, I had no idea what it was.
Right.
And so for the first year or two, man, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of one of those things where, it's like part of what we have to do. And so I just kind of went through the motions with it. But I would say that very first year of going to ICDC, it was really eye-opening to see just like how involved people are. I took one student that year, and so to see like, over 20,000 some people there, it was just really cool, and just to see like how much kids get into it. And to be able to talk more with advisors and learn more about it. And so the more I did it, the more I learned about it. And I think the biggest thing is being able to get kids excited for it. And so that's kind of what led me to putting it, like doing more DECA within the classroom. And just being able to get more involvement and like helping kids understand like the possibilities that they have, not only from a fun standpoint of being able to like go and have fun, but to also be able to compete and give it their best and prepare themselves for just real world challenges that they're gonna face.
And I was in your DECA chapter too, so I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one. But looking back on it, like through all your career, is there anything that you wish you could go back and change?
I think maybe, see, I don't really look back and like think of things I can change, because for me personally, this is my own like, my own stance on this is like, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I'm in the exact spot I'm in right now because of what I've done and the steps I've taken. I think if I had to pick one thing, it's maybe just getting into teaching earlier. Right. I always told myself like, oh, I'll never be a teacher. I'll never be a teacher. They don't get paid enough, and here I am. So maybe instead of just being so stubborn about it, just getting into teaching sooner.
So trusting God in a sense.
Pretty much, yeah. That's kind of like how I live my life. I'm Christian, and like for me, it's very big to just put my trust in Him and believe that He's going to lead me to good things.
And then one more question: do you have any advice for me or any CTE interns for this career field specifically?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, biggest thing is just go for it. Like, there's no like bad ideas when it comes to like being able to chase what you want. And so in this particular career field, man, like there's just so many opportunities within marketing. Like every single company needs marketing, period. I agree. Like, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna know about your product or your service if you don't market it. So for somebody who maybe wants to get into marketing or is in an internship like you are, like just go for it. Like whether it's with a major like, you know, top 500 company, or if it's with a small business, like understand and like take everything that you've learned and be able to showcase like, hey, like I can help you. Right. Like I can help you with how to market your company or your product or your service to be able to get you more customers and just ultimately be able to be a positive for everybody involved.
Awesome. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sure, man. Absolutely.
That was perfect.